as you know, the last trailer that I watched was on Akihiko, I think his name is, the boxing guy. So yeah, there's like a few trailers, probably half a dozen that I need to watch. See, I'm already remembering names. The biggest compliment you can get from me is me remembering your name. It's as simple as that. There are people I've worked with for like a year whose names I do not remember. It is a fact. But also on the side, as you know, Hachan is back in Japan right now, and I'm going in about a week. And so within 3 days, it's 4 days now, but within 3 days, my sleep cycle was gone. I was back to doing sleeping shifts of 4 hours. So I sleep almost twice a day. My diet has completely changed. I'm not going out to eat at all the places that Hachan likes to eat. I'm eating protein and onions. There are no carbs. What are carbs? And I'm finding myself doing workouts in between house chores. I've just gone back to my old ways. Within like 2 days, my sleep cycle was gone. Within 3 days, I'm back to like working out and just eating meat. It's insane. And my body's like, whoa, where did this come from? So my testosterone levels have just skyrocketed. My energy levels are actually higher than they've been for a while because I'm not processing carbs. And, you know, everything that comes with testosterone. So it's just like, damn, back to living alone. So this is what it was like. And I feel like super motivated, super productive, super energized, super everything. It's insane. It's actually insane. How your mind just shifts. Very different, very different. I think Japan trips on the 12th to the 4th. The 10th to the 4th, but you're right. You're technically right. But don't worry about it too much because the stream cycles matter more than the actual dates themselves. So this is the last Anime Monday before I go to Japan. So that being said, and of course on the topic of Japan, Persona is Japan. So I have to watch out for spoilers with Persona because every time you go to an arcade or a karaoke place or something, chances are you will find some miniatures or posters or merchandise with Persona in it. Same thing with, you know, things like Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden is not as crazy now as it was, but you kind of get my point. So I got to be careful because I might walk into a karaoke place that has, you know, those claw machines, and there are some characters fighting other characters in miniature models, and I haven't seen either of the characters. Bam! Spoiler. So it's like, why are you spoiling me? Japan is just riddled with spoilers. So I basically have to be doing this when I'm walking through those places. You know, I can't explore like I usually do because there's spoilers everywhere. Especially now that Persona 3 is coming out. Especially since the game itself has existed before. So, you know, all the merchandise is coming out of the woodworks. So I got to be really careful. So, you know, I'm just going to be like this. Manga readers are the worst. Man, you can't even go to a bookstore in Japan because manga's mainstream in Japan, right? So you'll rock up and walk into a bookstore and like Hutchin's like, I need to buy a diary because, you know, the Japanese diaries are actually very efficient. They've got the dates, they've got notes, they've got like motivational quotes, they've got bookmarks. Japanese diaries are really cool. I really like them. And we go into a bookstore, you know, just to buy like a diary and a textbook and something. Welcome to the manga section at the front of every aisle, where the images and the posters will spoil any anime that you are currently watching. I'm talking everything, like from Re:Zero to like literally anything. Luckily for me, I have the memory of a goldfish when it comes to things that I'm not currently watching. So I have probably seen spoilers for God knows how many animes which have been adapted from manga, but like I didn't really pay attention to them, so you know, it's like nowhere to be found. And luckily for me, you know, like the hairstyles, the brown, the blonde, the blue, you know, it's kind of a trope that's used everywhere. So it kind of all just blends together. And so, you know, it's all gone. So should be okay on that front. But yeah, yes, the dog. Best boy. How can I say no to a dog? It's like a mix between, well, it kind of is a Shiba Inu. Yeah, it is kind of, it's more like a white Shiba Inu, really. That kind of looks like what it is. I was going to say it's got a little bit of something else in it, but no, it's kind of Shiba Inu. It could actually be an Akita, because Akitas are like full-sized Shiba Inus, whereas Shiba Inus are bred to be smaller. So it could be an Akita depending on its size, but Akitas are pretty big. Like they're like a full-size dog, 25 to 35 kilograms, depending on whether it's a male or a female. But like lovely dogs. Shiba Inus are intelligence level, they're both the same. It's just a body size difference, Like one's this massive dog, whereas the other one is like doge, the meme dog. But Shibas are so aggressive. Shibas are guard dogs. Like, do not underestimate them because they're these little cute dogs, right? They are literally guard dogs. Like, you try to break in, that Shiba's going to tear you apart. Granted, his, jaw's very small and things like that. But, like, he's a guard dog, or she's a guard dog. They're very fierce and clever creatures. You can't actually walk a Shiba Inu without the dog leash. Because they'll run off and do their own thing. You got to be careful with them. If you thought Maltese were bad, or Pomeranians were bad, I heard Shiba Inus were worse. I wanted to get a Shiba. But you couldn't get one in Australia without, going to a breeder. I didn't want to get a breeder dog. I wanted to adopt a dog. But they're worse than Maltese Pomeranians. Imagine more attitude than cheeky in a dog. That's hard to imagine, but that's a lot of attitude. That's a lot of attitude in a dog. So, let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah, damn straight. He's sitting on the couch. Yeah, that's an Akita. That's an Akita. That's an Akita. That's not Shiba, that's an Akita. It's a documentary about a wolf pack. I guess this is what Koromaru wanted to see. Damn straight, wolf pack. That's what I'm talking about. So cute. Is he gonna try to howl? Oh shit, Cerberus!
Hey, hold it! Ola-chan, it's too early for that hint.
Ah, so it's a girl. And there's a little Shiba. Yeah. This is the comparison between... Oh no, we're lagging. You see, YouTube by default plays it in 1080p because they know 4K can cause lag. Alright, let's start again.
Hey, hold it! Ola-chan, it's too...
I mean, I think it's a female dog because if you get a female dog, their temperament is a lot better. They're a lot easier to handle. And they're not going to be competing with you for dominance of the household to see who's alpha. Female dogs are a lot more well-tempered. But you're right, you can say chun for a boy, but it's typically for a little boy. You wouldn't say it to an adult. Unless you're trying to be like, Kiri-chan, but... Channel your inner Majima.
Too early for that hint.
And so this is what I was saying. This is a Shiba and this is an Akita. So this is the size difference. Yeah. But they're both really clever dogs. Like, really clever.
I'm sorry.
Oh! He's holding a kunai like a ninja dog. That is so cool. Someone put this dog in Naruto. Oh, he's eating takoyaki! Or she's eating takoyaki. There's only one way to see whether or not it's a boy or a girl dog. Hutchin's like, is that a boy or a girl? I was like, there's one way to check. And she's like, oh. Oh. Aw, stray dog. I'm telling you this. If I find a stray dog, it's no longer going to be a stray dog. I'm just saying. I find a stray dog. That's my dog now. I'm going to be that dog owner and be like, you really shouldn't be giving a dog takoyaki. Especially with all the flour. You know, like the flour, the spring onion, you know, probably not good. But like, yeah, okay. And processed mayonnaise. I mean, sure. Just feed your dog stuff that will turn into acid in its stomach and literally be toxic for the poor thing. I mean, your heart's in the right place, but please stop poisoning the dog. Not the onion for the dog. Yeah. Second of the second. I'm so screwed. I come back from Japan and then I gotta worry about, like, Persona and all that. I love that there's a dog. Like, that's just the icing on the cake. You just know the dog's gonna be in the party and never gonna leave. It's basically like Morgana, but I'm not a cat person. Like, I don't mind Morgana, but I'm not a cat person. I don't have that sort of affiliation with cats that I do with dogs. Even though I did technically raise a kitten when I was a kid, so. But dogs are just a lot more affectionate overall, so I just sort of get along with them a lot more. Still waiting on Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's something that I'm probably going to have to edit at some point. Reminds me of my mum. I found a cat outside my building one morning. Took him to the vets. Then I asked my mum to help me find his owner. She was supposed to keep him at her house until we found the owner. Over a year later, she still hasn't. He's a good kitty. That's awesome. I mean, here in Australia, if you have any pet, legally they have to be chipped. And the chip, you know, will obviously have the registration details of the owner. And vets can't actually change the information on the chips anymore. So you can't just, you know, find a vet that's your friend and get them to change the information on the chip. So, you know, you can always kind of track down the owners. So, like, if you take the dog to a vet, they'll scan the chip, you know, kind of like, okay, who are you, you know, and who's this dog? So if you kind of don't know the name of the owner, you're kind of screwed. But that being said, getting like a chip reader isn't too expensive and it's not actually encrypted or anything. So it's like, but who would steal people's, you know, dogs?